here at 77 WABC. It's not even 1 o'clock in the morning. I didn't even take my drink yet. Crazy. All week. All week. Circle jerks. All week. Circle jerks. Oh, Frankie Russo, you're peddling that again? The Canadian? You're still peddling that? You gotta read listen to this one. You gotta read the legal memorandum. I says, why? You're an attorney? You're a legal scholar? No, I'm not either. But I could think for myself. What's up, New York? Frankie Russo pre-show. I'm just getting warmed up. I'm just getting warmed up.
Fooled me.
Right? Tell me about it. America's team, go to the icon. We got to help America's team help the men and women of the United States Armed Forces with post-traumatic stress disorder. They're committing, according to all reports, they're committing too many suicides. They're claiming 22 a day. We got to do something about it. Facebook.com/Frankie Russo Show. Click on his icon. I'm not stopping till I raise the money. Okay? Good. As always, I start my show with my motto. This is an oral term paper. This is statistically significant. It. With an exclamation point. Fraudulent sector service card, ask Sheriff Joe. Obama, memorandum of understanding with the Clinton Foundation, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, Huma Abedin, Cheryl Mills are all in there. Iranian Global Terror Network, Iranian surrogates, and it goes on. Okay. So we got the crazy week. New York put Donald Trump back on the move. Put the Momo back in DT's step. And now we're popping, baby. Okay, I'm going to start from the bottom. Iranian damages. Iran ordered to pay $10 billion. Is the audio working? Yeah. Iran ordered to pay. Am I in there? I didn't even look at this thing. I look pretty good. You think I'm. Yeah, do a little adjustment? Yeah, maybe I should. Excuse me, I'm just going to adjust this thing a little bit. Oh, shit. How's that? Is that a little better?
Better.
Yeah, it is better, right? Maybe go up just a little. I'll go up and I'll make it better when we go live. Yeah, that's better. That's got to be better. Yeah, I'm in. Okay, good. Iran ordered to pay $10 billion for 9/11 by U.S. judge. This was, I talked about this for months up here with this model. For months. U.S. judge ordered Iran to pay $10 billion in damages to families of victims who died on September 11th. Crazy stuff. Even though there's no evidence of Tehran's direct connection to the attack, but understand something. The evidence is Tehran was ordered to pay $7.5 billion to the victims, including $2 million to each victim's estate for pain and suffering, another $6.8 million in punitive damages. Insurers who paid for property damage and claimed for their businesses were interrupted with an additional $3 billion in the ruling. But what the court, what this article is not saying is, because this is a German paper, and they probably do business with Iran. There's possibility. What they're not saying is the courts ruled with Claire Lopez's expert testimony, with Kenneth Tillerman's expert testimony, with Dr. Bruce Teff's. These are former CIA operatives, investigative reporters. I mean, they're right plugged in. The judge ruled that the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, Quds Force General Soleimani, assisted the Afghan Taliban before, during, and after the attacks on the World Trade Center. So they are the global terror network. Here it is. The Iranian surrogates, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, Quds Force General Soleimani. They were involved in the Blind Sheikh's Mosque, and everything goes out of the Blind Sheikh's Mosque. The 1993 World Trade Center bombing with Ramli Youssef. Then you had Muhammad al-Nouri and freaking Musa Abu Marzouk with the Holy Land Foundation. It just goes on and on and on and on. Okay. Barack, the Kenyan, faces friction in Saudi Arabia over 9/11 bill and Iran relationship. What do you think? This one was better, right? I'll get more on that one. Saudi Arabia cuts the diplomatic ties with Iran. We know that. The Sunni, the Shia. Sudan was with Iran for 25 years. Omar al-Bashir, creating a safe haven for all the radical Islamists, from Osama bin Laden to the Blind Sheikh to many other radical Islamists out there. And they cut ties with Iran because of this OPEC thing. It's all over the oil. Iranian diplomatic mission asked to leave the kingdom within 48 hours as the Saudis evacuate embassy staff from Tehran. Crazy, right? Okay, that one we got. We got that one. Barack and his faces friction in Saudi, are the famous diplomat. State not worried about subsidizing Iranian terrorism. Oh, the State Department Friday is not worried that Iran might use money from its sale of heavy water to the U.S. to fund terrorist activities. You believe this? The Obama administration came under immediate criticism for purchasing Iran's heavy water, a key component for regulating nuclear reactors, for $8.6 million. The state dismissed the idea out of hand that Iran might use some of its money to fund terrorism. Meanwhile, Kerry, with the $150 billion going back, says it's all likely in all probability that they're going to use the money for terrorism anyway. Crazy stuff. I want to use that one maybe as a side action. Oh, here's a good one. Terry McAuliffe. You know who that is? Former fundraiser for Bill Clinton. He's now governor of Virginia. Terry McAuliffe, or whatever the hell his name is, restores voting rights for 206,000 ex-felons. Terry McAfee signed an executive order restoring the voting rights of 206,000 ex-felons, a sweeping action the governor said was aimed largely at rectifying Virginia's long and sad history of suppressing African-American voting power under the guise of, it's crazy, and through an executive order. Really. ISIS suspect reveals plans to open en route from Syria to the United States through Mexico. One of American men accused in Minnesota, it's probably a Somalia refugee, tried to join ISIS, wanted to open routes from Syria to the U.S. through Mexico. Ali Omar told the ISIS members about the route so that it could be used to send members to America to carry out terrorist attacks. The document filed Wednesday is one of the many filed in recent weeks as prosecutors and defense attorneys argue about which evidence should be allowed at the men's trial. The men is Omar Hasma Ahmed, Mohammed Farah, Yassin Dawad, have pleaded not guilty to multiple charges, including conspiracy to commit murder outside of the United States. Crazy stuff. Here's a Obama special. UK officials want Obama to stay out of their business. It's springtime in London. The president might sense a chill in the air. The U.S. leader is being welcomed by David Cameron, the prime minister, wined and dined by royal family on a 3-day visit in the UK. And then the president is barking out his opinions about the EU and Britain. I heard it and saw it. The June 23rd referendum about whether to stay in the 28-nation EU, European Union, has strayed the relationship, with several senior UK politicians bluntly telling the president to butt out of Britain's debate. It's been offered that maybe this is payback for Cameron butting in the Iranian deal. This is the Obama administration special. This is the great diplomats that they are. Here's an interesting one. Ted Cruz said to Mark Levin, Trump won't go on your show because Levin won't kiss his behind.
That's a good one.
Okay. You believe that?
Mm-hmm.
Trump says, I want to bring Rubio into his campaign. Obama architect United Health leaving exchange isn't a big deal. Really?
I think
It is.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Obamacare architect shrugged off the news that the United Health will exit most of the law's state exchanges by 2017. MSNBC's Morning Joe host reminded Emmanuel that he said last week the law was going well. This obviously is a big blow to the future of Obamacare, according to Morning Joe. Oh, Breitbart reported. Let's see what Breitbart says. Oh, come on, computer. What the hell is going on here? What the heck? My computer's going crazy on me over here. Here we go. Oh. No, because of that coming up. Here we go. That's United. Here's another one. Here's the other one. Come on, Breitbart. While you're doing that, I'm going to come up with another one. So the Minnesota Muslim plotted ISIS smuggling fighters from Mexico. Wow, here's a guy claiming that Trump will get 1,237 delegates guaranteed.
Who claimed that?
I'll tell you in a minute.
Okay.
Once it comes up.
Okay.
If this thing ever comes up. Look at this shit. Sorry, I cursed. Oh, Lord, help me. What's going on with my computer? Reload. Okay. Here it is. Okay, where was I? Where the freak was I? Here I is. The song is in my brain with the guitar. I can't get it out of my head. Here we go. Wait. I was moving so good. Right? I was doing good time. Here we go. U.S. court documents reveal Minnesota allegedly plotting to join ISIS, discuss routing potential terrorists through Mexico to carry attacks on U.S. soil. Okay, I mentioned this one. But this one's better than the other one. This one's better than this one. Right, the Breitbart one. Okay, Bloomberg says, okay, Trump team, Barry Bennett says it's 100% certain Donald Trump gets to 1237. On All With Due Respect, Barry Bennett, senior advisor to the Donald Trump campaign, discusses how it's plausible for the GOP frontrunner to win 1,400 delegates and why his opponent should drop out. Okay. Russian test hypersonic glide vehicle on missile. Forget it, right? Okay. China confirms multiple warhead missile tests in South China Sea. China's defense ministry on Thursday confirmed that Beijing fired its newest long-range missile into the South China Sea in a test this week, amid growing tensions between Washington and Beijing. Iran conducts space launch. Iran this week conducted the first launch of its new rocket that the Pentagon views as a key element of Tehran's effort to build long-range missiles. Forget that one?
No, I'm reading on.
Here's a good one. Here's a real good one. Look at this tunnel. California cross-border drug smuggling tunnel is the longest ever. 2,600 feet. A newly found drug tunnel along the California-Mexican border is the longest one ever. The tunnel, which runs from a flop house in Tijuana to a home in San Diego suburb, is about 2,600 feet, roughly 9 football fields long.
That's my place.
Wow, it's crazy. Crazy stuff.
Okay. Log tunnel.
Judge Napolitano says Obama won't admit Saudi Arabia is an enemy. Weighed in enormously. He said that he won't admit that Saudi Arabia is an enemy posing as a friend. According to Donald Trump, Ted Cruz is mathematically out of winning the race. Now all he can do is be a spoiler. Never a nice thing to do. I'll beat Hillary, DT says. ISIS arrest. American arrested for ISIS ties wanted to move. Is another same article. Ali Omar. I want to get through all these articles. Mm-hmm. Oh, if anybody, because right now the National Enquirer busted Ted Cruz on his 5 chicks. Drew Johnson lost his job because he admitted to he said it was. He knows 2 of the 5 that were accurate. And then we got the chick with the red dress at the New York primary on CNN. Ted Cruz was banging her too. So there's a lot of things about Ted Cruz's sex scandal that's out there as he professes to be a Christian values and family values. Now this other thing came out about his father. We spoke about it. Why is his father going to Canada? Well, this is the disclaimer. I don't have the connection yet to the picture, but they got this photo of Ted Cruz's father, the young version. Then they got this photo of in New Orleans in 1963 with Lee Harvey Oswald, one of the assassins supposed assassins of John Kennedy, handing out flyers saying "Hands off Cuba" in 1963 in New Orleans. And they're claiming, the National Enquirer is claiming, and a few bloggers on the internet claiming that the individual to the far left is Ted Cruz's father. Now, I don't know that for a fact. I can't really actually make that out. Now, if there's anybody out there that has the technology that can take the information from the 1963 photo and tie it into a more recent photo and say that it's statistically significant, Frankie Russo will say it every day that Ted Cruz's father was working with Lee Harvey Oswald, if it can be statistically significant, substantiated. In other words, in all likelihood and all probability that that photo is Ted Cruz's father. That would be off the hook. My email address is frusso14@aol.com. If anybody has the data to prove that that photo with Lee Harvey Oswald, that Ted Cruz's father is in that photo as well. That's crazy stuff. No? Republican establishment warms up to Trump's big New York win. Donald Trump won over 500,000 votes, over 90 delegates in New York. Ted Cruz finished third. He did so bad in one district, Ben Carson beat him. Yeah, you know, I gotta run. I'm running. He finishes third. He's running second and third in the next 5 primaries. He's in this race to win. Hamas evacuates Gaza offices, deploys militants following Jerusalem bombing. Hamas is the Palestinian branch of Muslim Brotherhood, just for people to know that. Apparently feeling Israeli retaliation, Hamas has evacuated its offices in Gaza following Monday's bus bombing in Jerusalem, wounding 21 people. Crazy stuff. It's come out one of the Brussels bombers worked in the Zaventem airport for 5 years in Brussels, in Belgium. If I'm not mistaken, in Belgium, according to this German paper. He worked at Brussels airport until the end of 2012. Wow. Who are you? Who are you, man? Who are you? What is going on here? My computer's slow. She's slowing down on me, son. She's slowing down on me, son. Okay. Chairman Royce from Florida, from California, he's the head of the Foreign Affairs Committee in the House, introduces bill to deny Iran access to U.S. dollars. Ed Royce of Cali, head of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, introduced legislation to prevent the Obama administration from allowing Iran access to transactions involving the U.S. dollar as long as the Iranian regime continues to engage in illicit activities, including development of ballistic missiles and terrorism. H.R. 4993, U.S. Financial System Protection Act. Check it out. What do you think? Okie dokie, Smokey. Now, here, look at this one. Muslim Brotherhood Day. I wonder if this is true. Muslim Brotherhood Day on Capitol Hill. On Monday, April 18th, legislative offices will be visited by individuals associated with a group unknown to most lawmakers, the United States Council of Muslim Organizations, USCMO, in the interest of helping members of the U.S. Congress understand precisely who their interlocutors are. Permit a brief introduction. The USCMO is the latest in a large series of front organizations associated with and working to advance the agenda of Muslim Brotherhood in America. Here it is. Members should be clear about the true nature of the agenda. It is laid out most authoritatively in a document introduced into evidence by federal prosecutors in the course of the largest terrorism financing trial in U.S. history. U.S. versus Holy Land Foundation. Interlocutors. Interlocutors. That's what they call them, interlocutors. I don't know what that is. I gotta look that up. Breaking news! Kenyan government releases bomber's authentic birth certificate. He's a Kenyan, son. Why am I not shocked? Donald Trump says he plans to adopt a more traditional campaign tactics. And he says he's gonna make it happen. The Washington Post memo projects Trump will win 1,400 delegates at the convention. Trump campaign advisors believe the billionaire mogul is emerging as the prohibitive favorite in the Republican presidential race. Really? I mean, Cruz needs 101% of the rest of the remaining delegates. In other words, there's not enough there for him to get to 1237. Come on, man. Carson beats Cruz. United Healthcare is leaving the Obamacare exchange. Oh, here's a good one. As Huma Abedin, as Hillary Clinton is listen to this. Huma Abedin spoke about meeting Hillary Clinton for the first time in a new interview, where she also revealed her fears as the State Department's release of the Democratic frontrunner's emails from her time as Secretary of State. Huma Abedin says, you know, these things that happen in your life, they just stick. She walked by and she shook my hand talking about Hillary Clinton. And she said, our eyes, meaning Huma Abedin's eyes and Hillary Clinton's eyes, connected. And I just remember having this moment where I thought, wow, this is amazing. Slowly I turn, step by step. Huma Abedin, according to the Daily Mail, goes on to say, the Daily Mail, you know, and she said, it just inspired me, Huma Abedin said. You know, I still remember the look on Hillary Clinton's face, on her face. And it's funny, she said, Huma Abedin, Hillary Clinton would probably be so annoyed that she's saying this, but she remembers thinking, oh my God, she's so beautiful and so little. Oh my God! As she straps it on!
Sounds like Victoria's Secret.
As she straps it on! Oh, I'm bringing it, baby! This is the Secretary of State! Such dignity. Exclusive, never Trump collapsing. Delegates bound to Rubio and Kekich starting to warm up to the Donald. Delegates from District of Columbia are bound to Rubio tell Breitbart News that they're open to supporting Donald Trump. That's what I'm talking about. Apparently they want the next president of the United States, to pick Rubio as the vice president. We'll see. Stay tuned. Syracuse basketball legend Pearl Washington passed away from a brain tumor. The guy was an amazing basketball player. Big East. Exorcisms on rise throughout the United States and the world.
Okay, I found this on the web for exorcisms armor. Take a look.
Wait! Oh my goodness. Unbelievable. Did you hear that? That was...
The Exorcist.
I'd love to be an exorcist. Are you kidding? Pope Francis effect leads to exorcism boom. Pope Francis effect credited with raising demand for exorcisms around the world. Has been credited with encouraging a resurgence in faith among rank-and-file Catholics, but it has also had a more unexpected effect, a boom in the demand for exorcisms. Wow. Hey, you know, I'm a man of faith. Unfortunately, there's a force out there that's not with God, and you know, but the grace of God go on. But anyway, tsunami. Wow. In other words, this cat is saying the tsunami dollar is coming back to U.S. coming soon. He predicts the economy basically isn't as good as it looks. The numbers are not jiving. Sheriff, without secure border, every county will be a border county. What do you think? Good one? Every border is a border county. Testimony before Congress, Maryland Sheriff, Amnesty for Minors has led to increased gang crime, warned that without a secure border, every county will be a border county. Whoa. Donald Trump, we don't have a race anymore. Hannity spars over delegates. The only people asking this question are hardcore Donald Trump supporters, according to Ted Cruz. And then Hannity told Cruz, I'm sick of you not answering this question. You always go down this path. Crazy stuff. What do you think? Cruz slams Trump for a campaign not incapable. Says Trump is running a lemonade stand. He can't even run a lemonade stand. Really? Son, you're not looking at the numbers, son. Trump won 22 states. Next Tuesday, he's going to have 27. Half the country. 9 million votes. Over 900 delegates. You got it right, son. Comptroller will audit. Oh, the New York City Board of Elections, Brooklyn had a big problem. 50,000, they can't find 50,000 votes. We're getting out of here. Okay, I talked about that thing. Okay, Brooklyn voters fume after being shut out over 50,000 votes in Brooklyn. Thank you, Hillary Clinton and the Brooklyn Machine. Frankie Russo pre-show. See you in a few. Remember, America's team. Click on the icon, and you got to go there and help America's team, help the men and women of the United States Armed Forces fight post-traumatic stress disorder. Frankie Russo coming at you. Over here at 77 WABC, we're about to get real in about 35 minutes. Yeah. See you in a few.